I was literally propelled to the school. Duke University was showing a documentary made by a group of young black men about the gang situation in Durham. North Carolina legislature was up about the gangs. Everybody was concerned about the gangs. So Duke University had a screening, and I attended that screening. I was very interested. There was a clip of Coach D, Martina Dunford, who was the director of New Horizons, and she said, "We have Bloods and Crips sitting beside each other in my school. I'm addressing this population." That was at 7 o'clock at Duke, and the next morning at 8:30, 8:45, I was knocking on the New Horizons door. Kids who had been suspended and thrown out of school were at loose ends, and I remember her chuckling and saying, you know, she started the school for one reason, you know, to keep them from breaking in her house. So she started a place for these kids to come and learn and have a school. She'll bring anybody in, and she'll try anything that you suggest to get these kids turned around.
We are in a position now where we can help hopefully save some lives. I've been doing this for the last 7 years, basically, in Durham. And trust me, I understand a lot of your frustration when it comes to dealing with this population, because they're just off the chart. But what my heart says, it's not your fault. And it's not their fault that they come in here with the issues that they come in here with. And I want you to keep that at the forefront of your mind. Suspension is not an option here, okay? If we have to sit and talk all day, every day, if we got to call everybody in here every minute of the day, or whatever it takes, but suspension is not an option unless it's the last result of anything that we have to do. I have seen it for 7 years happen the same way. But all the effort that you put into it, by May, you can best believe they stand there, almost look like tears in their eyes, like, what am I going to do now without you? You see, at least 80% of my population every year wants to come back. Coach D,
the academics and what I'm going to call the relational aspect of the school was very strong. You walked in and you forgot the tiles, you forgot the walls, you forgot the broken windows. You immediately sensed that here were adults giving every ounce of their energy to these kids and welcoming you in. But the spirit from the get-go was, from the moment I put my foot in the door, the spirit was always very high. And I think that's what kept me coming back, was this incredible group of people who, you know, were trying to reach these kids any way they could. And believe me, the kids were hard to reach. She asked me to teach theater arts, and I began trying to do that, and mainly with the skits, and trying to get them to see that, you know, that television was nothing but skits, and you know that advertisements and MTV, everything was done before camera. Hey, can you help me with a noun? Can you help me with a noun, man?
Oh, yeah. Shoot.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. The second year, I really got to know the students, and they really became very important in my life. Rod would not even say a word, and then at one point he called me over and he said, I think I'd like to be in one of these skits sometime. And I said, Rod, you can be in this one today. We can create a part for you. Would you like to be in this skit today? And he said yes. And he got up and he became a part of that skit. So I know that I can tell you that Rod changed from somebody that was very reluctant to get involved, and all of a sudden got involved and did a wonderful job. So he must have had some feeling of competence and some feeling of, you know, being capable.
A lot of my friends, they done got killed and stuff from being in gangs.
Can you, without naming any names, can you tell me about any one of those and exactly what went on and how they died?
Like shootings and stuff.
Well,
Like drive-by shootings. They been outside of a store or something. They just get another gang rivalry, just come up and shoot.
you say you have more than one friend to die?
Yes, ma'am.
How many have you had?
A lot.
Huh?
More than on my hand.
More than on your hand?
Yeah, I count more than on my hand.
Okay. And so, as a young black man, does this scare you?
Sometimes, but not most of the time, because I don't worry about it.
What is the pull to join a gang? Can you tell me that? Why do people want to join a gang?
Like when you at home, your family break apart, and you ain't got nobody else to talk to. Nobody else will understand you and stuff like that. Nobody in the house, you better communicate with anybody in your house. But somebody like in the neighborhood, like you got friends and stuff, you think they got your back, you can talk to them anytime you want to.
Do they make you do anything as
Like
to join?
initiation and stuff?
Yeah.
It's bad stuff.
Huh?
It's bad stuff.
Bad stuff?
It's bad. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like something that
He can harm people. He can harm people and do that stuff.
harm people,
Yeah, he can harm people.
and that's your initiation into the gang.
Sometimes.
How many gangs in Durham?
Yeah, so it's a lot. It ain't just the Bloods and the Crips. It's more than that.
I have no problem with no race, you know what I'm saying? As long as, you know what I'm saying, they respect me and don't disrespect me and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I can't let nobody in the classroom really tick me off too bad, you know what I'm saying? So I just stay to myself most of the time. Just trying to keep myself cool. Like, if we ain't doing no work, I start drawing and stuff like that.
You like
know
to
what I'm
draw?
saying? Yes, ma'am.
What do you like to draw?
Like, anything like people or like cars or stuff like that.
I see myself in 5 years opening a club in downtown Durham, near the Durham Bulls Park. It's gonna be a place where people can come and they can have fun, they can dance, or they can chill at the bar and drink. And I'm gonna have about 2 bouncers at the front door, cause everybody can't get in or it'll be too full, and people get in fights and stuff. That's how fights break out.
Larry is such an interesting kid, and he's got such a good mind, and he always was ready to volunteer. No matter what I said the play was going to be about, Larry was right up there in my face, and he wanted to be in it. And then I think there was this absolutely beautiful day when Larry came up to me after time had passed and said, I want to do a skit during Black History Week, and I want it to include the Ku Klux. And I didn't know if he was serious or not. You know, you never know. So I went home and made the Ku Klux hood. And so he wasn't there the next day, and the next day I said, Larry, I guess your idea about the Ku Klux just went down the river. He said, oh no. He said, I was waiting for you. And so I pulled out the Ku Klux hood. I said, Larry, here's the Ku Klux hood. We're ready. All we need to do is, make up the skit.
Move along, now.
And so that was very gratifying, because then that showed that he was so involved now. He was gonna think of a skit.
I see myself in 10 or 5 years as a successful young man playing basketball, and I hope that works out. So if that don't work out, I see myself helping younger kids, like Coach D helping us. You know what I'm saying? Because I think everybody need a chance.
I have a real easy temper. Somebody's in my face yelling, I don't like it, so I just flip and turn it around on other people. Sometimes, as I say, I like to play basketball, and if I'm mad, I go shoot. My main thing in basketball is free throws, so I shoot free throws until I feel that my anchor's gone down until I can talk to somebody. If I can make my dream come true, I want to help make other people's dreams come true. The education part is, if as Coach D is helping me with my education, I feel I can get something back by graduating.
Good evening. Don't give up, no matter what you go through. As you continue on in life, you gotta do what you need to do to get to the next level. And I'm talking to you, Rod, don't give up, no matter what happens in your life. Larry, don't give up. I don't want any of you to give up.
I would like to thank Coach D because she been there, stood with us throughout the year. She didn't look down on us when everybody did. She didn't look at us as bad teenagers. She just looked at us as somebody that needed some help. So I just want to thank her.
I just want to thank Coach D for being that person that, like, believe in us, ain't never give up, you know. Like, she tried to help us with our dreams. I just want to thank her.
I'd like to thank Mr. Eli, the gang prevention dude at the school. You know, he did things for us, a lot of things that we weren't capable to do. He did it for us, you know, and I'd like to thank him. And I'd like to thank Miss Barbara at the group home, you know, she looks out for me.
First off, you know what I'm saying, I like to thank God, you know what I'm saying, for, you know what I'm saying, he put me in this predicament, you know what I'm saying, that I'm in now. It was a bad one, but it turned out good, you know what I'm saying. Who knew, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling what I would have been doing now, you know what I'm saying? And I want to thank everybody at that table right there, you know what I'm saying, that table right there. And I want to thank Coach D. I really want to thank Coach D for, you know what I'm saying, she took me in, you know what I'm saying, and when nobody else would, you know what I'm saying. And want to thank all y'all, you know what I'm saying, Mr. G, Mr. Lash, all y'all, you know what I'm saying. Y'all did y'all thing. Y'all did what y'all had to do, though, you know what I'm saying. Y'all put up with us, and, you know what I'm saying. I just want to thank you, Coach D.
I'd like to thank the teachers, Mr. Elijah, Mr. G. Mr. G, you held me down on that math. Nice lookout, my boy. My family, my mama especially, been dealing with me for 16 years. You know what I'm saying, hard 16 years. I lost my grandma, 97, to cancer. You know what I'm saying, breast cancer. And I just dedicate what I do to her right now. So I just keep my head focused, just stay in school and do what I had to do. Coach D, I love you, thank you. You took me in when the other people shut me out. And I'm gonna keep on going, and I'm gonna be strong and show them how us at New Horizons do. We gonna fly high, baby, let's go. When I first came, got in a little trouble at Hillside with some sheriffs, whatnot. They tried to hold me down, but to no avail. But in the beginning, I thought I was gaining something. But as time went on, I learned that I was losing also. When I came to New Horizon, I just found a new path. You know what I'm saying? We ain't really had that much at New Horizon. We just a little broke down school in the old building. You know what I'm saying? Then stuff just started picking up. What I found out is that New Horizon was the place for me. It was the place for me because, I mean, I wouldn't never had nowhere else to go. I would have been probably out all night, up, doing what I do, you know what I'm saying? But then I just found something. And my partner right here, my right-hand man, Santonio, he kept my head on straight. We said we're gonna get through this together. We got together with these men right here, these young men right here. We said we're gonna keep ourselves together. We're gonna hold each other up, because that's what family's supposed to do. And everybody in this building right now, y'all is my family. Straight up like that. So, you know what I'm saying? In closing words, Mr. Elijah, Mr. G, Coach D, Mr. Rogers, Miss Beverly, everybody out here, every single soul, and the men upstairs, I love y'all, and I'm gonna keep on going. They can't hold us down.
Visions that can change the world, trapped inside an ordinary girl. She looks just like me, too afraid to dream out loud. And though it's simple, your idea, it won't make sense to anybody. You need courage now, just to know you persevere. To fulfill divine purpose, you gotta answer when you're called. So don't be afraid to face the world against all odds. Keep the dream alive, don't let it die. If something's deep inside, keeps inspiring you to try, don't stop and never give up. Don't ever give up on you.